So you're struggling with unclear chords and you're curious what's going wrong and how to fix it, right? So as we were saying in the previous lesson, the key to this is taking one chord out on its own and just playing each string, checking is it coming out. Now, this is what I call the clear chord check. And it's so simple to do, but it's simple not to do and to ignore and just go playing songs and all the cool fun stuff, but they won't sound so cool if the chords are unclear. So we're going to go back to basics here and I'm going to show you the clear chord check. I put on a chord such as E minor. If I hear a buzz or a rattle, I look to the string. Is my finger close to the fret? As it can be. Of course, not all fingers can stay as close as others. And am I pressing hard? And visually, I'll know. I will see it in my finger because it'll be white on the tip. And it'll come out. Right, so I'm building my strength. I'm holding it. Then I play the next one. Then I try both. And by the way, that's in Sounds Like Clean Spirit Violent. You know, those two notes. And the reason it's important to ping pong back and over between them is because that way you're conditioning your hand to press hard on all the fingers that need it at once. Otherwise what happens, and you might have experienced this, you will press hard on this one, then relax it and go, oh, thank God that's over. Next one. Yes. Okay, thank God that's... And go back and over. But for our chord, we want to be pressing hard on all of them all the time. So you're going through. And hear the way the bottom one isn't coming out. You might have found that on E minor. And check this out. It's actually nothing to do with fingers. Watch. I just got to create a bit of space between the bottom of my hand and the neck. And sometimes for your chords, it won't be because of your fingers, it'll be because of something a bit different. So, that's it, and then we strum. Now the clear chord check, the idea behind it is that you set a timer for 1 to 2 minutes and you pick the chords you're working on getting clearer. Your only focus, your one thing to focus on is that chord shape and picking the strings, checking those things, fingers close to frets, pressing hard. Visually, do I see that I'm pressing, and then strum, and then do the sore fingers dance. Just relax the fingers. And a tip I have as well, just for sore fingers, is not to wet your fingers, not to wash your hands and go playing chords, not to lick your fingertips, anything like that if they're stinging, because it actually makes it worse, right? And then the other small thing to watch is sometimes players go, well, is it my guitar or is it my strings? Sometimes it can be, right? And as an example, the strings I have on this guitar are 11s. They're gauge 11, which is a certain type of thickness. Now, string thicknesses on guitar, of course, the thicker the string, the more fuller and louder the guitar sounds, but it's also a lot harder to press on. And I've come across some outlier cases over my last 20 years of teaching where somebody could come in and they just so happened to have gotten a guitar with like really thick strings. So my first suggestion is to change strings and to do lighter strings. And the lightest strings you can get that sound semi-decent are gauge 10. Okay, so gauge 10 strings. If you're having serious problems with clear chords, that's what I'd suggest as well, to change your strings, right? It's not always the solution, but it can help. So that's our clear chord check. So to summarize, you pick your chords, and in your practice routine, if I was doing this all over again from the beginning, I would take my G chord and I'd spend 1 to 2 minutes doing that on it. Then I'd take a minute break, rest the fingers. Then I get my E minor and I start picking those, strum, rest. Then I go to my next chord and my next chord. And I'd only do this with a group of 4 chords because you're doing this to get chords that work together and that sound clear together. If you picked G, E minor, C and D, then at least you could get 4 chords clear and move on to some chord progressions and songs that use those chords, rather than go through all the 10 main open chords and get them all clear before you're ready to play a song at all. We don't want that. We want to get a group of chords, get using them as quick as possible. And then the final thing I'd say is not all chords well, you've probably realized this as well, not all chords come as easy as others. E minor is a great one to start with. A minor is nice. With the C chord, you may have found this one was unclear. The third string from the top. Right? And sometimes it's to do with arching the fingers a bit more. There's like a bonus tip, right? Arching the fingers a bit more and using the side of the fingers. Okay, and D's the same. Because when it comes to chords, there's specific tips for specific chord shapes. Like for example with D and C there, like that tip you saw about keeping the fingers slanted. Then there's general tips for chords that work on most shapes, which is keep the fingers close to the frets, press hard, and do the clear chord check. Right? So, your action item, whatever chords you're working on right now, take them out, do your clear chord check on them. And this can take quite a while, like a couple of days, but it's worth it. Like, you'll have clear chords forever after this. And put it into your practice routine and remind yourself why you're doing it. To have clear chords, to play the chord progressions, to move towards songs. All right? And of course, in the community, if there's a specific chord you're struggling with, there'll be a post and a comment you can leave on this series of videos for help. So please use it. Just ask. Whatever you're struggling with, ask, and I'll pop in and give a hand. All right, I'll see you in the next video.